Hello, guys. Today I want to talk to you about maybe a controversial topic that is the marijuana and or also known as cannabis, which is the official let's say name scientific term for this. So I wanted to talk about my experience with cannabis, and it's probably an interesting story. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about it. And I for a long time was not interested in cannabis, so I thought it was not like a very interesting thing. For example, people were describing their experiences with cannabis, and I would think that it was not something that I would like to try or experiment with. Um, so for a long time, I didn't try. People were telling me, "Oh, cannabis or marijuana makes you feel relaxed, or it makes you feel like happy or that you want to laugh or something like this." But I also heard people telling stories that sometimes you can have panic attacks or things like that because the marijuana makes you, let's say, extra sensitive to your surroundings. So it's not really that let's say, the plant or the chemicals in the marijuana makes you feel panic attacks. It's probably more due to your personality, and this has to do a lot with who you are, what your life is, and what has been your experience in general with your um, friends or with your family, or if you're afraid or something, if you have some mental instability. So these all compounds and create, let's say, like a specific reaction, psychological reaction in this case for this particular substance. So, for example, in my case, when I was reading about the different different interactions of people with cannabis, I thought, well, it is not something that I will feel like I will have some kind of benefit from it. So for a long time, I didn't try. So the first time I tried, I was living with a roommate, and she told me, well, I suggest you should try it. Maybe it will be something that you like. And I thought it could be maybe interesting to try and find out what was the effect of the cannabis on my body. So anyway, I tried this, and just like a background information, I don't smoke. So for me, it was a little bit hard to smoke marijuana or anything for that matter because you tend to cough when you're not used to smoke. So I was coughing, and I was, of course, following the directions of my friend how I should use the marijuana. So long story short, I didn't have any effect. So after a few minutes, I asked her, "So how long does this take to, get some effect?" And she was already, on the highest point of the experience. So she said, "Oh, I cannot believe that you're not feeling anything." So of course I didn't feel anything, and it was kind of strange. So she said, "Well, maybe I think you did it in the wrong way, so you will not feel in the same way if you do it correctly." So we went again and did it for another time, for another try, and it was exactly the same effect. So she was a little bit curious about this, and she could not understand why I was not having any effect. But anyway, she said, well, maybe there's something that you need to try a different kind of cannabis or a different kind of, you know, marijuana. And so she suggested that I should try the the marijuana oil, which some people say it is stronger and it helps you get the effects quicker because it goes into your body or into your bloodstream faster. So you don't have, let's say, the added difficulty of the smoke that it needs to be absorbed by your lungs and then go to your body, to your bloodstream. So I tried with that, and after I tried with the cannabis oil, also I didn't feel any effect whatsoever. And for that matter, I didn't try drugs before, just like a background information. So for me, it was kind of interesting in a bizarre way that I was not able to experience any effects from this. And I just think that it is maybe biologically interested. Maybe I don't know if there is someone else that will have this kind of same disposition where they don't have any effects from cannabis or they don't feel any effects in what people describe that are the typical effects of marijuana. I'm just curious to know. I asked my relatives, and my brothers, my father, and they said that they didn't have any problems like that. So, well, it's not that it is a problem. It's probably like a specific condition, a specific reaction. So they mentioned that they didn't have this same reaction that I have. So if it is something biological, maybe it's very odd. So nobody in my family has it, at least nobody that I have known. And anyway, overall, I'm very interested in the topic of marijuana. I have watched a lot of documentaries about the many benefits that marijuana has, how can people heal from cancer or just overcome some symptoms of chemotherapy when you have cancer and you're trying to get yourself over the nausea and some other effects. So I have seen with very good eyes this recent development, especially in many countries around the world where marijuana, especially for medical uses, is being approved, and more people have access to this very good plan that can help you in so many ways. And right now, for example, in the United States, where I have been living for some time, there are some legislation depending on each state that in some cases, in some states, the THC oil is still not legal, but the CBD oil, which still contains a lot of the medical properties of the marijuana, but it doesn't give you what is called the high sensation. It is, taken or separated, and you can steal a lot of the benefits. And in some states, it's fully approved to have THC and CBD. Which some people say that, because in the natural plant, both of them are present, and they probably work in a synergistic way and help people heal. So it's not just about feeling high, but it is also about the health in general. I recently even watched a documentary that I will mention in the description. Um, this documentary where they were experiencing even with babies and with children of different ages on how they can get cure from different stages of cancer. Yes, with CBD oil, and they were saying that there are hundreds of different strains of cannabis plant that can help you. So it's like an experimentation, and they try to do it in a more scientific way. There are even doctors that are certified to give prescription to use for marijuana. So I welcome these new developments, and I hope that it will come a time where this plant, marijuana specifically, and many others like it, will have a more prominent place in our medicine, and we can recognize them as something that is not to be feared, but probably something that needs to be studied and taken advantage for humankind. So that's what I wanted to say. I just thought it was kind of interesting background information about me. And if you have any comments, or if you have any questions about the topic, or just anything at all, you please leave them in the comment section below this video. And please give this video a thumbs up, like the video, and if consider subscribing to the channel and activate the notification bell if you're not a subscriber. According to the statistics, most of the people who watch my videos, they are not subscribers, so you're welcome to watch my videos. So again, thank you for watching.